So let's get into it. I'm actually gonna do my makeup today, very different, because I feel like the lash room is always like a safe place, if you will. But I have a lot of new makeup, or like makeup in general, that I want to play with today. So some of the topics I do want to talk about while I'm getting ready, because I feel like once someone gets me going about lashes, I will not shut up. Okay, I will list the products down below that I'm going to be using if anybody cares. I feel like all of it's pretty common, if you will. I actually wanted to do a little Q&A first, because I feel like people always ask me questions about lashing in general. The biggest question I always get is, how do I get clientele? So I've been lashing for about 5 years now. My 5-year anniversary comes this August, September-ish, around there. I usually count the day that I got licensed. So about 5 years I've been in this industry. So I feel like I kind of know, if you will, what it takes to get clientele. So first things first, I feel like this is always going to be, or what I'm going to say is always going to be like what I think. Obviously people have different opinions out there about what you should be doing and how you should be charging, but personally I feel like if it works for you, it works for you. This is just what worked for me when I first started getting into this industry. So sorry, she's new, so I have to pump her more. So when I first started lashing, I actually have a lot of girls in my family. My mom, she was already getting lashes, and my mom's cousin, she also my cousin, I guess, she was the one. Is she in the room with us? No. Okay, whatever. She was the one actually that kind of was like, I feel like you should do lashing, this and that. So anyways, sorry, off topic. I actually had a lot of people that were already getting lashes done, but I feel like during the time of like 2019 era, lashes was still like barely coming out, or it was just about to go up. I feel like right before 2020 hit, that's when people were obviously getting their lashes done, or started to notice more that it wasn't just like a celebrity thing. So fast forward, I would get clients from work because I was still working. I actually used to work at a dealership as a business office associate, so I had a lot of customer service, if you will. By the way, if this foundation doesn't match me, I just got it, so don't clock me, please. Sorry, the gasp I just gasped was crazy because I forgot to get a sponge and wet it. So like I was saying, I was working at a dealership, and office girls are office girls, and some of them did try to get their lashes done, some of them did, some of them didn't. There was a few girlies that would let me, and I would charge them, I think, only materials. My material back then was like 40 bucks. I mean, it still relatively is like 40-50 bucks, if you will. So they would let me practice, and I would just do like lots of giveaways. I actually back then it would let me do it offer up. I actually got a couple clients from offer up, believe it or not. And then it was word of mouth, and I would just be like, hey, like if you tell your friends or whatever, like I'll give you $10 off, and I'll give them $5. So I was losing out money, but I still, like, my main goal was to get out the point of me like lashing and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I did it. And then I had I already had a lot of prior, I already had a lot of prior experience from selling and stuff, as I used to sell strip lashes and I used to do makeup, so I feel like I had a little bit of experience. Oh my god, she looks so white. I feel like in real life it doesn't look this white. I will put on a darker layer after this, because I was in Star Swash It and she looked fine, but she looks not the same. Hers looks so white. Hello? Let me hold on. That was actually so scary how light that was. I just put some makeup remover wipes and this MAC Hyper Real Balm one. I actually really like this product, but I want to go in with my trusty double wear one because I know that one is my shade, so if it doesn't look good, it's because of the lighting. So anyways, back to the clientele. The clientele that I had, it was growing because I feel like a lot of them were like referrals, or people would start like telling people my posting. And I'll get more into this about like posting and like making your page look nice, because I feel like that's where a lot of baby techs miss that, is because I feel like nobody ever really talks about like how to make your page look like decently professional when you first start lashing. Because I know when I first started, she was giving story saves, okay, like nothing wrong with that, but I feel like in general there's ways to make your page look decently professional without like spending a lot of money or like spending a lot of time on making content. So that's kind of how I would get people. I would do the paid advertising ways. Honestly, I never see any shame in people doing that because I feel like it does help. And if you need it, girl, you need it, because I know it works for the most case. And yeah. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is pre-booking clients. So when I first started lashing, I would never pre-book people. I don't know if I was scared to be like, oh, like, let's pre-book your next appointment, because I feel like someone did it to me one time and I was like, just kidding, because yeah, I would get scared. I'm scared of rejection, okay? She's just a girl. So fast forward to maybe I would say like 4 or 5 months into me lashing. It's already like January, February. Yeah, so it was January, February, and I feel like I was getting a little bit better. My timing that I would have my clients like after work and everything, like it was going. So I decided to go to esthetician school. Now, if you're following along the year, okay, I started esthetician school January of 2020. Okay, so I'm like, I think it's time that I quit my job, you know, like my business is going good, my little business that I had. And yeah, so I was like, cool, like I'll be done with school, like it's gonna be easy, like this and that. No. So I feel like I kind of had to restart because the world essentially broke down when it came to getting clientele. So when I first started to get clientele was like obviously before COVID and like sort of during COVID. So during COVID, obviously nobody could work. So when I was at home, I had my sister-in-law to practice on and then my mom. So they were the ones actually giving me content to post, although like it wasn't like, how should I say it, like it wasn't scary, but I knew that like whatever was happening was gonna happen for like a reason. And I would just practice and post. So I was practicing, this is a loaded question, I'm sorry, like see, I can never do these things because I'm always like going off topic. But essentially I would just do a lot of word of mouth. I would do a lot of discounts and a lot of freebies, and I was even doing it, believe it or not, at esthetician school. Okay, that's where I got a few of my, I don't want to say lifelong friends, but I would definitely say like I met a lot of girls that I know I still talk to. And if you believe this or not, I think esthetician school or like beauty school in general is the perfect way to start marketing yourself, because that's honestly how I started getting a lot of my like momentum. Okay, so what I mean by this is I started doing my friends' lashes for free, and then I would charge like about $50. So during that time though, I was using self fanning. Okay, I mean, I was doing my handmade fans and stuff, and I was doing it, and some of them were good, some of them were not good, and that's what I was doing at school, because like it wasn't a lot of time, it wasn't a lot of products, so I was just doing it for the skill of it. And that's how I started doing it at school, and then obviously people at school would kind of spread and they would tell their friends or whatever. Okay, so I'm not even gonna get into that because there was obviously beauty school drama. If you know, you know, because nobody can ever win in beauty school. Okay, so that's how I started branching out more. So I feel like, I guess the moral of the story is like, you cannot be afraid to talk about yourself and what you do. If you don't, no one knows like what you're doing. Nobody knows what you're offering. Someone's gonna be like, so what do you do? You know, no one's ever gonna come up to you and then be like, so I heard you do lashes. Well, some of them will, but I feel like your best tool of marketing is yourself, because if you don't start marketing yourself, I promise you, it'll be very, very difficult. Okay, take it from me, because I will literally go to the store and I'll be like, oh, your lashes are good, whatever, and then I'll just kind of start the conversation from there, and then be like, oh, if your lash artist is ever busy, like, I'm right here up the street. So that's kind of what I would do. Sorry to the other girls that were those girls lash artists, but whatever, I was just talking to them. So that's what I would do. And then I started doing more of like Instagram, and then I think TikTok. I was trying to do TikTok, and I think everyone's like, yeah, TikTok is so easy. It's hard. She's hard, because learning to like edit and all that stuff is so hard when you're first starting, because it's like, what am I doing? Because I think back then, like, you would have to do the videos like inside of TikTok. I don't know if CapCut was a separate thing yet, but that's what I would do. Okay, for bookings, so this one kind of ties in together with some of the like creativity parts, meaning like your page and making it look good and things like that. Okay, I wish somebody told me this when I first started lashing, because I think it would really put you a step above like other lash artists. It's no shade to be like, yeah, but I believe Canva with Etsy, those are your best tools. Okay, I'm gonna put like a little thing here. So when you type in like lash templates Canva or beauty page templates, they're literally like pre-made templates for you, and it's just copy and paste after that. And I think some of those go for like maybe like 20 bucks, 30 bucks. I've seen some for like one little grid post is like $2 or whatever. But I promise you, those are a game changer. I just saw those. So imagine me like that whole time like not using them or whatever. Ugh. So the tools with Canva, I feel like with Canva, obviously more people are using it, but there's a lot of resources like inside of Canva. So I've actually made a couple of like booklets. I've actually helped people make their little booklets to make it look nice. So sometimes with newer apps like that, like it does get scary, because you're like, what am I doing? How do I use this? So I wish I had a picture. I'm gonna show you the phone version, because you can do the phone version also. I do like having it with both, because I feel like when I'm like out and about, I could just kind of like use it. And I feel like, if you know what I mean by when you're at the family's house and everyone's just chilling and you're on the sofa just chilling doing nothing, you can work. I'm not saying work all the time, but I feel like it definitely does help to just make use of your time versus going on TikTok and scrolling. Yeah, hold on, she needs to blend. Okay, so anyways, like I was saying, I'm just gonna use this one as a reference because I did just recently purchase this. So this is the lash post that I did purchase. So basically what this is like, this came like this, but I just had to swap the picture and the wording. So what I did was I put $135 for wispy full sets until like August 1st, I think it was, and then how much my deposit is, and then whatever. Okay, I cannot do this myself. Like, I'm pretty sure I could, but it's harder to figure out like what to concoct. Okay, so elements, I'll tap there and see there's like graphics and whatever. So like if you type in let's say hearts, there will be a bunch of options. Hold on, let me get out of frame. There's a bunch of options when you go to like graphics. There is like hearts, there's backgrounds. These are called frames. So frames essentially are like when you put something like this, because I put let's see, what I did was I put the video inside of that like little phone thing. So it's just a drag and drop type of thing. That's how easy it is. Okay, so back to kind of like the page and making everything look nice. I feel like if you make your page look a little bit more like put together, not saying like professional, but if you put it together, the page looks like you know what you're doing. Okay, and what I mean by that is sometimes when you go on people's pages, something like when I do my master courses is I'm like, let me see your page before we start. Okay, the biggest thing wrong with most of the beginner pages, and sometimes even the like bin lashing girlies, your bio looks crazy. Okay, there's no name. I don't know what you look like. Where do you work? Like, meaning, are you home based? Are you like, where are you? Who are you? What are you? How do I reach you? Because I don't want to be messaging baddie blinks and then be like, when can I message you? Like, what's your name? Who do I know? Or like, what do you look like when I'm messaging you, essentially? And I feel like back then it wasn't really a big deal when I first started, but I definitely feel like now it's important because so many people post themselves on social media. Yes, it is scary. Yes, it's awkward at first because you're obviously talking to a camera. POV me right now. But I'm telling you, like, it looks so much better when you have like yourself, because people want to see who they're getting into business with. The makeup isn't makeuping right now, but I hope it like translates on film, because I promise you I know how to do my makeup for real. Okay, so with Canva also, they do have printing resources, and I wish this video was sponsored. It's not. They do have printing resources, which means like you can do like make business card templates inside of Canva, and there's a little section where it does like printing or whatever. They are partnered with FedEx. I know this because I do use the option a lot. You can print with it. Sorry. You can print with it. Yes, it does take a little bit of time, but if you want it like right away, they do have the same day with FedEx. But I usually just kind of like send it off and I'll get it. Okay, the next thing is, sorry, I have a little list. The last question was, what would I be doing if I wasn't a lash artist? So to me personally, I really enjoyed like stationery products. So stationery products are kind of like Hobby Lobby, if you know what that is, like crafting. I love me some like scrapbooking. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love it. I love it. My mom and I, we used to do it a lot. So I feel like my creative side of my Virgo personality, yeah, she's a Virgo, also goes with that. Let's talk about lash trends. So wish I knew this also as a beginner lash artist, because I feel like back then the lash training I took was so bad that they were just like, yeah, like, you'll figure it out, like it's this and that. Okay, there's more lash curls out there than C, C, and D. So the curl spectrum goes B, J, C, 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 D, double D, J, I'm sorry, double D, L, M, Y, something like that. But there's a lot. Okay, usually the common, from what I understood, was like C, C, and D, and I've always told my students that. But I feel like more so recently, the let me find a bronzer. Sorry, I don't know if I want to use light or medium because I have both. Light usually works best in the winter for me because I'm really fair. She gets scared of using this one. Ugh, probably not those. I'll use this one. She's always my tried and true. She's a Vive Cosmetics. She's more cool toned. Okay, I'm gonna mix those two though. So I for the longest time would only use like CC and D curl. Sometimes, like, I recently just kind of dabbled back into C. You would never catch me using a C curl back then, because I just think it's so like flat, like a natural curl, where I'm like, I want it to look a little bit more lifted. But the grown-up lash artist in me is like, use it more. Okay, and you heard me say it first. No, just kidding. But I definitely feel like J curl is really common for mega volume sets right now. I don't know what like happened with that curl or where it came from as far as like using it for mega. The first couple of times I would see it was on I have a freaking hair in my face. I think it's called TPE Lash Supply, something like that. And she only does mega volumes with it. I'm like, dude, it looks so good. So I didn't purchase it from there because for some reason I just couldn't find like the big tray that they have on their Instagram. So I got it from I think it's called Another Fucking Lash Shop. She had mixed trays only, from what I understand, so I got some of those. I'm still trying to find more people to do the like model for it so stay tuned for that. But I know it's like a lot more common to use because I feel like more girls again are just using it. Okay, by the way, if you didn't know this, the curl spectrum, C curl, CC, and D, those are like most common. So C is like more of a natural lift where it's like CC is more lifted, and my finger is breaking, and then D is more like lifted. But yeah, love those. Ooh, so this one's good for like I think all stages of lashing. The top 3 lash products you should be having as a lash artist. Okay, my top 3 products, whether you're a beginner, well, I should say if you are a beginner, like these 3 should be like your top purchases as a lash artist. And then it kind of follows in to the last subject there. Okay, so the top 3 lash products that I recommend are going to be tweezers, your lashes or lash extensions, and then your prepping. So your prepping means your primer, bonder, and your lash glue. So like liquids, I guess you could say. If you don't have good tweezers, you're gonna be struggling lashing. Okay, like your fans will be pissing you off, and then not fun. I feel like it prolongs the lash set. Okay, the lashes itself, meaning like you have to find your perfect well, I guess I should say like your favorite style of fiber. So currently my favorite style of fiber is going to be like a satin mink. So satin mink looks sort of dark, but not super dark, where it's like right there in your face, matte black. Because I feel like those lashes don't look as flattering personally on the girlies, unless you really want that matte, like matte black lash. Then I feel like it's not cute. To compare some of the lashes, the lash fibers is going to be cashmere, foam mink, velvet, silk. There's PBT silk, there's extra matte, and there's satin mink. I'm pretty sure there's more out there, but I feel like a lot of times some of the vendors or people that sell lashes try to make it sound like they're so different from like other brands that it's like you need this lash tray, when it's like, that's the cashmere tray, babe. Like, stop. Okay, mind you, it's all marketing, and I'm really there for the girlies, I guess, for the girlies that do try to do that. Personally, it's just not my favorite way of like marketing my lashes. So the most common lashes or lash fibers that I do use are going to be the velvet mink, satin mink, and cashmere. Those are my top three. So for the really dark lashes where you want to have that liner effect, I would really recommend cashmere lashes, because they have that really blunt, really matte, zero shine look to them. The velvet silk, I feel like they're between satin mink and cashmere, where it's like they're matte but they're not shiny, but they have like a sheen, I guess, to them. And satin mink is more fluffy, so I feel like you want to have more of that like fluffy shine effect when you're doing some of those like natural, more like wispy looking sets where it's like really fluffy. That's the type of hair that I'd recommend. And again, something I've been trying to like spice up in my lash room or my lash sets to make it look a little bit more different, because I just don't want to get stuck. Like, I feel like as a lash artist, it's really easy to get stuck into the same routine of doing the same look on people. And I feel like as a client, I do try to think of like what are my clients looking for when it comes to lash sets, because I feel like you also have to look at what's trending. So this means currently, as of July, whatever day it is, of 24, the really wispy kind of like soft girl is in right now. I feel like a lot of my mega volume girlies, they kind of toned it down, and I'm like, why? So I definitely feel like that's more of a thing. So if my girls are wanting more of that soft feminine look, I'm not going to be reaching for my cashmere lash trays, because that fiber is really dark and they're gonna look at you like, girl. So right now my lashes that I have on, they're gonna be more of that like PBT silk vibe. It is to be honest, it was a one and done lash tray. I got these and I feel like they just weren't my thing, but Maria, when she does my lashes, she just uses them on me because, yeah, they're nice. I mean, yeah. Okay, so for your tweezers, I'm not sure if anybody knows this for my beginner babies out there, or if you've been lashing and just never heard this. There's different types of like tweezers. There's what's called diamond grip or diamond tip. There's fibers. Sometimes lash artists call them like micro grip. So micro grip and fiber grip are the same thing. Okay, the same damn thing. Stop confusing the girlies. So when you use your tweezers, it's highly recommended to get different tips. So I feel like right now what's really popular is going to be using the the boot style tweezer. So the boot style tweezer is going to be more of that like thicker kind of skinny tip, not like the actual boot where it's like fat, the one that's like slim. I'll put a picture, just ignore me, okay? But that's what I would recommend for beginners. Also, I don't see many people using this, and I'm gonna try this new product, so please, I would recommend isolation tweezers having some sort of fiber grip, micro grip, whatever it is, on the tip, because it does help you take off the outgrown lashes a lot faster, because it like really grips on to both of those lashes. Okay, that's what I think. That's what's popping. Okay, I really tried to like get through that super fast. Oh, the liquids while I'm finishing up my lips on my highlighter. So I really think for primers, people always say like, you don't really need a lash primer, you don't really need this and that. Don't listen to them. Do whatever makes you happy, because I feel like at the end of the day, if somebody were to tell me to stop using freaking primer and bonder, I'd be like, no. I really like using primer and bonder. I feel like when I do use it, it does make a difference in most of my sets. Yes, I do agree some clients don't need primer and bonder, especially right now in the summertime, because what primer does is basically remove any like excess oils and the dirt and debris from whatever the lash cleanser didn't get off. So yes, I do agree in that sense. Like when it comes to winter, most of my clients don't really need it. That's more of a trial and error thing for sure. When it comes to primer, I feel like, or in general, like lash products in general, when it comes to like prepping, I really prefer not to use anything that is scented or like highly scented, because I feel like that does play a huge role in how the client will feel, or how the client kind of gets like sensitive or things kind of like that. Yes, I do like a glittery highlight. Please mind your business. Okay, so when it comes to your priming, there's a few primers and things that I'll list below that I really like. Some of them are not really like a commission base. It's more of just like, I want to link it below. But your lash products are very personal. So I keep saying like, oh yeah, like if you like it, whatever. As I feel like there's a lot of like, my products are better, or like this is better than that. Yes, most of the time somebody will have like good products, but I feel like at the end of the day, you as a lash artist have to try out what works best for you, because if you keep on buying stuff just because like people say like this is the best, then what if you don't like it? Okay, you have to see what's good for you, because I feel like, again, it's your lash room, it's your lash sets, it's your work, and how your work relays. That's how you got to figure out what your style of lashing is. Okay, I'm gonna finish up my lips and my brows and I'll be right back. Sorry, that took like 10 minutes, but thank you for watching. I hope some of those tips are really helpful to some of you beginner techs, existing techs, and all things in between. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video wasn't super painful to watch. I haven't done one of these in a long time, so please like, comment, and subscribe down below.